stuttering is not any disease. Stuttering is just a lack of knowledge, it's emptiness. The person just didn't learn how to speak, that's why he stuttered. So the reason why I decided to join, because I want to rate out of this, so that's why.
Out of what?
Of stuttering. I have problems to speak. I mean, speaking and suddenly your airflow stops. You can say the other word.
The airflow stops?
Yes.
Okay. Why is it a problem that the airflow stops?
Because so it limits me. I can't say the things I want to say when I want to say, you know.
So what?
And that's frustrating. I feel that that's some pressure around me to hear what I need to say, what I want to say, and.
Okay, so far I do not hear any speech problems. What happens to your speech at this moment?
What happens to my speech when I stutter?
Yeah.
So I can say I stop. I can say the other word.
Okay, you stop. That's what it is, right? You stop.
Yes.
So you stop speaking. That's what happens, right?
Yes.
What happens next?
I try to say the other word that I want, and I can't.
Okay, when you say I can't, what is it that you do at this moment?
I try to force the word to come.
Okay, you force. That's what you do. You stop and then you force. Did I understand it clearly?
Yes.
Okay, so when you force, what do you feel?
My throat tense.
So you feel tension in your throat. This is very important.
Yes, but I feel that suddenly that nervousness. Yes.
So someone asked you a question, you are nervous, and what do you do next?
Well, I think that sometimes, or I try to say the things that I want very fast, or sometimes very slow. I try to extend.
I see. So you are kind of beginning to guess. You saying it faster or slower, so you are guessing how to do it, right?
Now I'm seeing a girl drawing, making a portrait of the men that are sitting in front of them, of her, I mean. Now are coming a man in a horse. The guys go see who is this man. The men are talking, are explaining something that I don't know what it is. You tell them something.
Okay, switch to Portuguese.
Ele parece que está, de certa maneira, a gozar com o tipo que está no cavalo. O tipo que está no cavalo deve-lhe estar a contar alguma coisa que eu não sei o que é. E acho que agora está a apontar-lhes uma arma, eu não consigo perceber muito bem porque está super escuro. Provavelmente está mesmo a roubá-los.
Okay, okay. I was enjoying listening to you so much. Okay, turn it off. And let's grade first commenting in English. How was it?
10.
10. No mistakes. Etalon speech. When you switched to Portuguese, how was it?
10.
I would say 10 plus.
Yes, I would say that because I didn't any mistakes, but in Portuguese I was able to balance better. So
Of course, because you know better.
yes,
Portuguese is your stronger language. Of course it's easier.
everything you asked me to do, I just finished for 10 minutes. I call a stranger. It was a store. I asked the sir of the store if they have cap. I don't know if that's the word in English. Yes, but I called to ask that if they have one material that I'm needing.
Did you have any difficulties speaking to strangers?
I think I spoke with no mistakes. However, I felt that nervousness.
Normal.
Normal. Yes.
Nervousness is normal. I mean, you've never done it practically, right? And you first time you talk to a stranger. Yeah. Every time we do something first time, we're nervous. It's normal. But even when you were nervous, you didn't make mistakes. That's Etalon.
So today I talked with some members of my family. I talked with my mom, with my cousins, my brother, and a little with my father as well.
Any difficulties, mistakes?
No. When I was talking with my mother, as well as my cousins, and in that conversations I did one or two mistakes, not stuttering. I just did that filler words like yes.
This is also a mistake, of course.
My mother said that yes, she now noticed that I am speaking in a more natural way. So I take conscious that I was a stutterer probably when I was 6 years old. I remember when I was playing with my friends and one of them says that I was stuttering, and at that time I even didn't know what was that.
Someone else told you and you believed, right?
Yes. Next, I think in the same year I took speech therapy. Yes, and I think I did just 2 sessions of that, 2 classes. And I think that after that I was speaking naturally for some years, or at least speaking naturally in some situations.
Speaking demand was not high when you were 6 years old, right? So you kind of spoke okay, no problem. Do you remember what they did with you in these 2 sessions?
Yes, I remember to read some texts with certain tricks. Then I think I started stuttering when I was probably 11 years old. But at 15, 16 years old was the time where I start to give importance to that. So before that I didn't give that importance, so I could live with this. It was no problem for me at that time.
When you are 15, 16, the demand for speaking increases. You are
Yes.
expected to give presentations, to speak more intelligently and stuff like this, right? Of course, before you were okay speaking like a child.
Then I start looking, researching on internet for some methods to resolve this. I tried a couple of them, and then I start therapy again, speech therapy, but I just did again 2 sessions, because when I start at that age, I was 17, I think.
So a year ago.
I understood when I was doing that during the sessions that that was ridiculous. What the woman, the therapist, asked me to do, it was stupid. So I remember one trick that she told me, that was when I was conversating with persons.
Conversing. When you were conversing.
Conversing with persons, I should punch with my hand on my leg or something like this to mark the rhythm, you know? Yes, but that was very stupid, and she asked me to do more couple of things, but I didn't see any outcomes. Then I stopped. I continuing to search for some other methods. I tried one method that I think is very famous. You probably know. It's an apparatus, a system where you are speaking and you are hearing you speak with a certain delay.
Oh, okay. It's electronic device, the earpiece you put in your ear.
Yes.
Speech Easy or something like that, right?
Something like that, yes. And it also didn't help. And then I buy a course on internet. For a certain time, I thought that I had found my cure. When I found that course, I thought that I had found the resolution for my problem.
You thought you found the solution for your problem?
Solution, yes.
Okay, that's okay. Just need to learn words. So you thought you found the solution for your problem when you did what?
When I buy a course on the internet also.
What's the name of it?
Michael Williams. He told me a couple of tricks, like blending my words and some other things. He told a lot of techniques in his course, and he says that you need to try to see what is the technique that works better with you. And he also...
Why do you need to see what's the better technique? Isn't he supposed to tell you what works for speech? Isn't he the trainer? So he asks you to try different techniques and see whatever works? Is that the way he works?
I don't want to speak better about the program, but
yeah, you don't.
think, yes.
You know what? This is very important. I know you asked me to pixelate your face so people wouldn't recognize you, but still, what you are telling is invaluable, because what he is teaching is harmful, and you don't want to talk bad about him. Do you want others to continue doing the course with him and harm their own speech?
No.
You are lucky your mom has helped you financially. Others are not that lucky. People work hard to save up the money and pay for this program that they think is a solution. Then they come to this trainer and he gives them various artificial techniques and asks them to pick, try whatever works for you. Try this. If this doesn't work, try that. Right? That's what he did.
Yes.
Okay. So, and how long was this trial period, the course?
But I have to say that the technique that he emphasized that works better is modeling. I didn't work on that for a long time.
So what do you mean by modeling? He is talking and you are supposed to copy him?
Yes, he said that we need to modeling someone who speaks better. Normally he tells to imitate him in the beginning because it's easy. I thought when I was doing that it was working, but I think it was an illusion. I think that's the word. He says that if you do that for a lot of time, in about 1 year, that speaking style becomes your own speaking style. It becomes automatic, it becomes part of you.
If I have my own style that God created me to speak with, why do I need to become Michael Williams? Why? Why do I need to speak like he? I don't want you to speak like me. Did I ever ask you, speak like me? Did I? No. Did Roman ask you, speak like me?
No.
You have your own style. You are perfect, you are unique. You don't need to copy anyone. All you need to do just to know the standard, and then whatever, do whatever you want with the standard. But let's move on. Okay, so for how long did you do the course with Michael Williams?
3 months, I think.
3 months is 90 days. Okay, so when did you decide that it's not working?
After the sessions, it was supposed to walk on my own, applying the techniques. At the moment that techniques becomes automatic for me. And I was doing one specific technique and some others. And after 5 months, more or less, doing that, I understood that yes, that techniques work quite well around persons who I was comfortable speaking with. However, every time I was in high pressure situations, it was very difficult to apply them.
Why so?
Because it's not natural speech.
And because it's a technique. Did we teach you any technique?
No.
Normal people don't need any techniques. We taught you only standard. You know what the standard is, and the rest is up to you. The only thing I really actually like about Michael Williams, that he at least tells people who stutter that they can become normal speakers, but they have to work for that. This part I like. But it's one thing you work for 3 days and you see the results right now, right?
Yes.
After 90 days, after 5 months, you decided it's not working, right?
Probably more than 5 months, but yes.
So what did you do after that?
In that time, I had already hearing about your course and that you teach how to speak naturally in 3 days. So I talk with you on Facebook.
Oh, on Facebook? I didn't know that. Okay.
You don't remember, yes.
I talk to so many people.
because you promised this in 3 days, and because I want to rate out of this to speak naturally as soon as I can. So yes, I asked my mom to help me, and yes. Well, I think I believe you that you were a serious woman when I talked with you on the first session, and you were a little mad with me because I didn't did what you asked me to do, to inform myself, to research what I was about.
What you were going to enroll in. I gave you homework. What did you do?
So I wrote
Read.
I read the book,
Which book?
The Two Geniuses.
A Tale of Two Geniuses. Okay.
I read more or less the middle of the book of Hussein.
Right.
Yes. I learned that this idea that the majority of the persons have about stuttering, it's wrong, that stuttering is a disease with no cure founded, and yes, that stuttering is not any disease. Stuttering is just a lack of knowledge, it's emptiness.
Emptiness, thank you. Stuttering is emptiness. Lack of knowledge and lack of experience.
Yes, the person just didn't learn how to speak. That's why he stuttered. The Hussein book gave me some motivation to learn English, because I'm not so bad at English, but at that time when I had the first session with you, I was very bad because I didn't have practice at that time English for a long time, so I was talking very bad. Now I'm a little better because in that break between our first session and when we start with the classes, I work on my English very hard, so yes, I improve a lot. Yeah, so the class was really intense. I just saw results at day 2. I mean, in the day 1 and day 2, I had already understood everything you was telling me, but I was not seeing results in practical situations. After the session 2, I go out and speak and try to balance the standard.
Yep. You didn't try. You did it!
Yes, I did it. I figured out a way to balance my standards. Yes, I became a little confident because in the end of day 2, I was starting to feel very frustrated. I was already thinking that this was already one more failed program.
Yeah, that's also normal because you were changing what?
My thinking.
Yes, it's not easy.
The different speech situations where you train me was not particularly difficult, but it was very much time, and so it was very intense and very tiring. Yes, I think that the most difficulty is there.
Just physically, right?
Yes, it's very tiring.
Because we didn't...
Actually, when I was yesterday trying to sleep, I was constantly think about this, and yes,
so
I was very obsessed. So I recommend do this program.
Should they go to Michael Williams?
I don't want to start a fight, but no.
I wish you a lot of success, and I want to thank you for being a humble student. You did a great job. You were patient, even when you
Yes.
were frustrated. You were still patient. Good job.
So I want also to thank you. And yes, that's all. So bye.